Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. Download the Kern Radio app to your smart device and take us on all of your summer vacations. Chris is going on one next week. I'll be on one the week after that. They couldn't come soon enough, huh, Christopher?
No disrespect or anything.
No.
But if you need me, don't.
Don't. You don't. You don't.
Don't.
You know how
I think it's
sometimes
fine.
you go on vacation and your email says, like, I'll be available for emergency purposes on my cell phone, and I'll be checking emails periodically.
Sure.
Mine's just going to say, don't.
Nope.
That's going to be the auto response. I'm on vacation.
I'm supposed to put out a response. I'm supposed to do the email.
So yes, download the Kern Radio app. Take us on all your summer vacations. Plus, find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Kern Radio, and you can watch us on YouTube. If you head over there right now, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you can see us in the Kern Radio studios. They are powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. That's Adaptive Networks. And welcome to the JR Show. It's a Tuesday pre-birthday edition, Chris. This is my last day of being 45 years old.
How do you feel?
Like I did yesterday.
44 and 364 days around the sun.
Not no different. I wake up every day with pain. No, I'm kidding. I do need to stretch more. I do need to exercise more. There's a lot of things I need to do.
I'm shaking my head because I'm in the same boat, not because you need it. I'm saying, oh no,
He's like,
too.
Yes. What do the kids say? You're a big back, I think is the term.
I've actually lost weight. That's the crazy part about it.
You have. I went to Houchin yesterday, and part of the process is you have to get on a scale every time you go. Now, mind you, I go about once a month or so, so I see my weight fluctuate from time to time. And yesterday, well, the lady wrote down a very nice number. She was very, very nice. And I was like, you're very kind.
What were you? I got to ask. Wait, what are you?
All right, you want to go? Let's go. Let's start today, because today is the last day I'll be 45. So we'll start today. Well, hold on now.
Am I recording this? Am I jotting this down?
No, yeah, you can record this, but I'm gonna change the start date from today.
All right.
Okay. Because originally I told the lady that I was gonna start on Sunday. I think we shared some double cream blueberry pie. And I was like, this is it. No more sugar after this. I'm done. I'm going straight. What?
Oh no, you know what I'm pointing at.
What are you pointing at?
What's in the What's in the break room right now?
No, I know. The Scott brought that whatever it is.
Strudel, whatever.
Cheesecake strudel.
Actually, I think we could blame Steven for that one.
Is it Steven that brought it?
I think his wife is the one who actually dropped it off.
He probably had it left over from the 4th of July. We appreciate it though, Steven. But I told her that's all that Sunday. And then the more I thought about it was, wait, JR, your birthday's on Wednesday and you're going for ice cream. Like, you can't start on Monday. You have to wait until Thursday to start. And then you go, well, hell, if I'm going to start on Thursday, I might as well wait till the following Monday. But I'm kidding. No, Thursday. Rosemary's.
See, you were about to say the right.
I was going to say it because I want to pin them against each. No, I'm just playing. Rosemary's will be my last bit of goodness, really. And I mean, I was going to say sugar, but just anything that tastes good.
That's fair. Yeah, you have to do the Rosemary's thing.
Yeah. So Rosemary's for my birthday tomorrow. If you guys want to come by, we'll be there between 8:15 and 8:30.
What do they call it? Isn't there an option that's not sugar, or it's sugar-free?
Sugar-free. That's not real ice cream.
Oh, I know. Obviously, it's not ice cream, but like...
Yeah, that's not ice cream.
Just saying, you could.
It's not ice cream. But we'll be at Rosemary's tomorrow for my birthday. If you guys do want to come, I didn't tell them, but you're more than welcome to join us between about 8:15 and 8:30. We'll be showing up to Rosemary's for ice cream.
A small window.
Well, because my daughter has late rehearsal all week. She's doing Ovation Theater's the theater camp, and they're doing Descendants, and their first set of performances is this weekend. So she has performances Friday night and Saturday afternoon this weekend. So it's what they call Tech Week. Maybe your aunt and uncle know about this, Chris. I'm not familiar.
You're talking to the wrong Burdick. Sorry.
Wrong Burdick. Who I, by the way, saw their name in an advertisement for one of the other plays at Ovation. I was like, oh, I think that's Chris's uncle.
Probably.
It most likely was. I think I saw him in Cats too at the Ovation
Yes,
Theater.
he loves doing that one.
Yeah, it was great. They did a really good job. I didn't understand the play at all, but great.
I still to this day have no idea what Cats is about either.
It's not about anything but
It's
cats.
just about cats.
It's just about cats. There's no storyline to follow.
I mean, I'm sure there is, but like I am far too.
No.
I'll just say I'm slow on the upkeep with some of these.
I think you have to be ultra advanced in theater to understand the plot line for Cats.
Like I love Sweeney Todd. Love Sweeney Todd. Very straightforward.
Yeah.
Just Killer Barber. Love that.
Give me something I can follow. But she'll be doing performances, but they're rehearsing late all week. So she's not out till 8:00 at Ovation all week. So I figured from Ovation Theater to Rosemary's about 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's fair.
If she gets out a little late, you know what I mean? And so we'll be down there sometime between 8:15 and 8:30 at Rosemary's. If you just show up and just say, hey, I'm here for JR's birthday, they'll have no idea what you're talking about, but eventually they'll catch on. They'll block off some sort of the room. Or if they're listening, here's your fair warning. I'm sorry. But my family,
I sure hope they're listening.
My family will be there. I'll call it tonight.
Because if you just make the worst day for some high school kid who's working the counter.
It's ice cream social. We're going to make it a thing, Chris. It's the annual ice cream social, JR's ice cream social at Rosemary's.
God, I hope Rosemary's is listening.
I hope they're listening. They sometimes Katie does.
Or somebody that knows Rosemary's. Please
Katie
pass
or but we'll be there tomorrow. So come join us for the festivities. But we do have a great show for you today lined up, and I'll be here tomorrow. By the way, I'm not taking my birthday off. It's not. My daughter was even like, "Why are you working tomorrow?" So I told her, "We can't go to dinner. You're rehearsing late. I'm going to go to dinner alone. I'm not going alone, but I was like, you can't come, kid. I'm sorry. I'm going to dinner." She's like, "Well, we can do breakfast." So I'll do breakfast with the kid in the morning. She's like, "Why are you working on your birthday?"
That's my thing. You should never work on your birthday.
And I told her, "Kid, do you realize how much time I'm about to take off in July? Chris will be gone all next week. I'll be gone Tuesday and Wednesday next week. We have a Forrest Frank concert up in Oakland we're going to go watch on Tuesday night. So I'm taking Tuesday and Wednesday off. And then the week after that, I'm taking the whole week off. I'm taking 7 days off in the next 2 weeks, kid. I'll be fine. It's just a birthday. I don't even like them. It's just another day for me. There's no reason to celebrate, you guys. We'll come in and do a normal show. We'll act like it's any other day. Today, though, we do have a fun show for you lined up today. No guests, lots of topics. We'll talk about sports. Yes, the United States.
We suck again.
We're terrible. That was terrible.
That was really bad.
Bad. Awful. I thought it was the second string playing. That's how bad we looked.
Here's my thing, though.
Yeah.
We made it further than we ever should have.
We did.
We made it to the round of 16. We should never have sniffed this.
You shouldn't even have got there, and we haven't been there in a very long time. So hats off to those guys.
We were the last of the home countries to get knocked out.
Well, by a day, yes. But
we were the last one. We outlasted Canada and Mexico.
Technically not by a round, but by days, yes. Technically we lasted.
By default. That makes us the best soccer team in North America. By default. Just saying. And technically our best player didn't even play.
Yeah, he did.
Or not the kid that got brought back with the red card. The real best player in America who was injured and didn't even join the team.
Okay.
So we got a chance in 4 years. We still got this.
Remind me when we talk about it, though, the other guy that you mentioned, the red card kid.
Bulligan?
Yeah. I'll bring up a very interesting point in that topic later in the show, though. So you got to stick around for that. When we talk sports, that's right, with our man Chris Burdick. Doing the early bird special. You can still find him on YouTube, right?
Yes, YouTube, Twitch, all that type of good stuff. We'll have an episode tonight, actually.
Oh, going live tonight. So what days are you guys going live on the YouTube?
Tuesdays and Saturdays, we're going live right now. We're going to stretch it into a day-by-day thing here eventually, but we got to actually get time for that first.
Nice. Yeah, no, for sure. And what time are you guys live?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock tonight.
7 o'clock tonight, right after the Ralph Bailey show, when I actually get the guests in here and do it. Because it'll be myself today. Sparky's out.
Oh, nice. All right. So you guys can catch Chris live tonight at 7 p.m. Go over to YouTube or Twitch or whatever streaming service you guys have, or you guys on Facebook Live
We are on
too?
Facebook Live still,
Facebook Live. Just go look up the early bird special, late night edition. See what I did there, Chris?
That's what I throw it out now too. It's a little more candid. We don't have to take breaks or anything.
Yeah, it's a straight format. It's live on YouTube. There's no FCC. You can say and do whatever you want, basically. Well, kind of.
No misinformation, but definitely cursing.
Don't be like the teens that are doing all these crazy things all over, the teen takeovers. Have you seen these things?
I've heard of it, but I haven't actually seen anything.
I saw some video that happened over the weekend. A few different cities apparently had these teen takeovers. I'll tell you about them here later in the show. But the question I'll pose is, and the question I think that whenever there's kids breaking the law and committing crimes, yeah, they should be held responsible. But do we also hold parents responsible for kids doing these kinds of things? And I'll explain, like I said, here later in the show about all these teen takeovers that happened. One was in Memphis. There was another one in North Charleston, where I believe a cop was on video getting basically jumped by a bunch of kids. There was another one, a few of them in Raleigh, North Carolina, where there was thousands of kids that showed up. Eventually, between 2 or 3 different locations, 9 of them ended up shot.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they're all organizing online on social media somewhere. And I wouldn't say Facebook, because nobody under 35 is. Are you still on Facebook, Chris?
Not really.
Maybe under 30. Nobody under 30 is on Facebook anymore. It's all just for us. They left.
See, but
what?
It goes back to my head though. Like, what are these guys supposed to even do to defend themselves against this type of a thing? Because if you raise your hand to a child, you're immediately the worst person in the world.
I'll whoop somebody's other kid.
I know, but it's unless someone witnesses a group of kids mobbing you.
Oh yeah, no.
Who's gonna believe that you just were defending yourself against a group of kids?
No, yeah. Well, there's some of these are on video. Like I said, the officer getting jumped in North Charleston. It happened at there was, they said, I think 500 kids in a park. This flash mob, this teen takeover is what they're calling them, where, again, they organize online somewhere and they all say, hey, we're going to go meet at this place at this time. And it starts to get out of control. The cops show up. And, of course, cops and bad news and bad kids equal bad results. And one showed a video of an officer getting jumped, literally getting jumped. Till other cops finally stepped in. There was one kid that even had some sort of club or a stick, or it wasn't a bat, but something similar to that. And obviously, yes, you have to punish the child, but as I always say, not some people's kids, some people's parents. Where are these parents? And what do we do with that? Are they to be held accountable? Do we drag them into courts? We've done it on several occasions with mass shootings. And so we'll discuss that later in the show. And also some crazy things going on in California. I tried to get to this late last week and earlier this week, the stripping of the powers from the elected superintendent of schools for California, Ashley Zavala, who is great reporter from up north in Sacramento, covering all things California. I mentioned her and our guest last week, Eitan Wallace, 2 of the best. She was interviewing, I can't remember who it is, somebody that sits on a board or something, some governor appointed position or something. She was asking her some really good, tough questions, as she always does. We'll play some audio for that.
I believe I got it here. Assemblywoman Darshana Patel.
Darshana Patel. They tried to sneak a bill in basically during the budget that strips the powers away from the superintendent of schools. Talk about that. Plus the latest in California's attempt to outlaw blackjack. Yeah, I remember they were going to outlaw all the card rooms, was it Golden West and the Aviator and stuff like that?
Is that why
They were saying, oh, you couldn't play 21 anymore because you can't do this and you can't do that, and the dealer can't work for the house, and they were trying to implement all kinds of sorts of crazy rules to make it basically impossible for these other card places outside of course, the tribal casinos. And the tribal casinos stranglehold on gambling and why and how this turned out. Remember their push to outlaw sports gambling when they tried to get that bill passed in California, and of course, tribal casinos were against it. Well, you can imagine why. We'll talk about that as well, and I'll tell you some local news when we come back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio.
Current Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
So Maine law allows you to remove a candidate as late as July 13th. The Democratic Party has no choice at this point. Now that an ex-girlfriend is claiming rape, an ex-girlfriend who said she hid some of the things that went on because she supports Graham.
Yes, Anthony, it is that is, you are correct. 101.1 is now hip hop throwback station. KGEO 101.1, ESPN 1230, where the incarnation that it once was of sports programming is no longer. And so and that transition from sports to music, obviously, some shows were were suspended, put on hiatus, or have taken on other forms. Kind of like I mentioned, Chris, in the early bird special, which was airing from 7 to 9 weekdays. You can now catch that on YouTube if you go over to YouTube and the early bird special page. Subscribe to that one and hit that notification bell. They're going live on Tuesdays and Saturdays, he said. So tonight at 7, you can catch them. And then Greg was going to be on hiatus until the end of July, and then in August. But Greg has been a great resource and partner with American General Media for a while, since he's been doing his show. And we want to continue that relationship. And even as a part of that transition, if you were listening to like NFL on Sundays on the old sports station, that the Raiders and some other NFL games will now be airing on Kern Radio on Sundays starting this season. So we're going to bring in some sports on the weekends over here to Kern and try to carry on that tradition of still bringing that to you guys. And hopefully Greg can grow and be a part of that as well as we move into that portion of the transition. But thank you guys for always supporting Kern Radio and all of our sister stations. The American General Media family is grateful for you guys' support and continued support. And I if check out 101.1 FM as well. They're still in the American General Media family. It's just not sports anymore. It's a hip hop station. I've been listening to it all weekend. You guys know me. I'm a baby from the 80s, 90s. And so if it's that genre that I love. So give it a try. Or just stay here all day, because our lineup is great, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can listen to Scott in the morning from 6 to 9. Then we got Terry Maxwell from 9 to noon, Moneywise from noon to 1, myself from 1 to 3, and the Ralph Bailey Show from 3 to 6 p.m. Thanks.
You're in 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
Talking that when was like I was very sir. Elbows.
Welcome back. And your sack of nickels. Bring them all. Bring them all. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. You guys can chime in at any time, 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. You can call, you can text, you can also jump in the chat on YouTube as well. And join us that way. You can always send me emails, jr@kernradio.com. Do we have anything early, sir?
We got one
check.
here from Sergio.
Okay. What do you got?
Says, Chris said you should never work on your birthday. Preschool meetings begin this year on August 10th. My birthday. That sucks, dude.
When he said preschool, I thought he meant like preschool kids.
Oh, I did too when I read that too. And I was like, but you're not a preschool
You're not a
teacher. Why would
preschool
that matter?
teacher.
But no, he meant like pre-school year.
Yeah, preschool, not preschool.
That does suck, man. Your birthday, you have to spend all day in school meetings
with new kids and their parents, and I mean, we just got done.
Well, I think these are like the ones they do with the administration.
Oh,
the early year before the school even gets going.
Even worse.
Might be wrong, Sergio. Let me type me up on that if I'm wrong.
Even worse, man. But we'll talk about parents and kids later in the program, as well as amongst other things. If you guys want to chime in, that is the line to do so. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. A man was sentenced here locally 75 years to life plus 10 years. Finally, they're getting it right on some of these things. He was convicted of, and these are the worst, most heinous crimes. I can't even, it's hard to talk about them, to think about them. But he was convicted of beating and killing his own 3-week-old baby back in November of 2024. He was found guilty by a Kern County jury back in January of this year. Eduardo Gutierrez is guilty of second-degree murder, assault on a child under 8 years old, causing death, and felony child abuse. They say back in November of 24, he beat and struck his 3-week-old son, Valentin Gutierrez, so severely that when his mother found him, Valentin was unresponsive, according to the coroner's report. It happened in the 1000 block of Washington Street. According to the DA's office, young Valentin suffered several bruising on his face and damage to his soft spot. His mother took him to the hospital, where it was determined that Valentin had severe bruising to his face and limbs, suffered 2 skull fractures, had multiple brain bleeds, and laceration to his liver. He was airlifted to Valley Children's Hospital in Madera, where he was there for 8 days before passing away. During the trial, the father tried to place the blame on the mother by lying about the timeline and events. They were able to disprove that with photos that the mother had taken. The mother of the child did give a statement before him in court, I believe this morning, in which he was seen smirking. He also made obscene gestures towards some of the news cameras that were in, and at times used profanity. The judge said he has shown no remorse and that the sentence is fitting. I'm not one for the death penalty, but man, sometimes I think this person don't deserve to be here. It's the JR Show. We'll be right back.
I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump in Turkey for day one of the NATO summit today, and he's trying to encourage NATO partners to spend more on their own defense. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said the allies should be presenting credible plans to reach their defense spending targets of 5%, as President Trump has requested. NATO hosted a defense forum spotlighting billions of dollars in military projects aimed at demonstrating to the president that European allies are investing more, and much of that money is expected to be spent on U.S. military contractors. Democrats across the country and in the state of Maine are withdrawing support from Senate candidate Graham Plattner after an allegation of sexual assault against a Democrat candidate. He denies the accusations. He's not yet resigned, but is considering his next steps. Slow going on Wall Street today. The Dow was down by 130 points. NASDAQ down 302. This is SRN News.
I'm Brant, and her name is Sherry.
Hello.
Headlines from the KERN newsroom.
I'm Chris Davis. Accused gang members have been busted in McFarland after a shooting that happened there April 26th, which police suspect was an attempted hit. No one got hurt, but police kept after it and announced the arrest Monday of 20-year-old Michael Ramirez Gomez, 19-year-old Santiago Cruz, 24-year-old Alan Diaz, and 19-year-old Jesse Iloa, all charged with attempted murder, participation in a gang, and conspiracy to commit a crime. 203 fire calls. That's how many Kern County firefighters say they went on over the Independence Day weekend. And in total, the number of emergency calls was up by about 40% from last year's July 4th holiday. They also got about 3,500 reports of illegal fireworks on the county's online portal. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Kern Radio. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
First Look with Scott Cox. Mornings 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Wednesday edition of the First Look program, we'll talk a little medicine with our friend Dr. Vip Dev. He didn't have to stitch up any blown-off fingers after the 4th of July. He's probably pretty happy about that. We've got John Cox from the Californian with the news quiz. We've got news, traffic, and weather. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. Right here at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
In 2026, Bay Alarm celebrates 80 years of security. With burglar and fire alarm systems, 24/7 in-house monitoring, and local service, our promise to the Central Valley remains the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up.
The JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Online, kernradio.com, social media, Kern Radio, and even streaming on YouTube. Just go over there, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and watch us from the Kern Radio studios, powered by Adaptive Networks. 661-241-0638 is the number you need. That's 661-241-0638. If you got IT issues, they got the answers. Call them. Adaptive Networks. Going to talk about out of control kids and who is responsible. Is that a fire that says Encino behind you, Chris? It's not that I can't read that. There's a glare right there, Chris. Don't tell me I'm getting old and I need glasses. It's the glare.
It could be both. Two things to be true.
No, Chris, it's the glare right there. I get the glare from the window and it splits Encino.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
It splits it right there. I can't. Crews responding to brush fire in Encino. It doesn't look well either. Man, we had a bunch of fires over the weekend. I was just looking at some of the stats that came out from the Kern County Fire Department and the Bakersfield Fire Department. You know, the Bakersfield Fire received 236 calls on July 4th. 67 of those were for fires. 67. I shouldn't laugh, but man, and I saw probably half of them on Kern County activities. 67 fires? What?
No, I was just about to say I have to walk back what I said yesterday because I am a big proponent of if you're safe, you should be able to do whatever you want.
Right.
But there's too many you knuckleheads out there that aren't safe and cause this type of stuff. So we have to have fines and stuff for you idiots.
Why we can't have nice things, Christopher.
Exactly.
That's why we can't have nice things.
I've been around fireworks my whole life. Never once have we blown off a finger, blown anything up. Like, why do you guys got to do this type of stuff?
Somebody got to ruin it for everybody. I'm telling you. But yeah, 67 of those were fire. 4 houses caught on fire, and 1 commercial building. I think that was the Vallarta, but I'm not sure. But I saw a Vallarta that was on fire.
Oh, that's not true.
They issued 106 illegal fireworks citations. In total, the Bakersfield Fire Department reports about $1 million in damages. That's just Bakersfield now. Remember, there's some of those outlying areas of the county that are still considered Bakersfield, but the county has to respond to them. They were dispatched to 357 emergency incidences. That's a 45% increase from last year. Firefighters responded to, ready? 203 fires. A 44% increase from last year. Dispatch handled a total of over 1.3 million calls. I hope I am reading that wrong. And the illegal fireworks reporter online received 3,500 reports. I'm not kidding, dude. There was a point, I think we were driving home on the West Side Parkway from my cousin's house. She lives way out there on Rosedale and Allen. Shout out to them. Thank you for having us over on 4th of July. But we were driving home, and the West Side Parkway, there's points on it where it elevates up above, right? And you can kind of see across the city, at least to the east side. And no, I'm not picking. This isn't me picking on the east side. It was all over town. That was just the portion of the side of town that I could see from where I was, my vantage point. And it was just, you could just watch the skyline all across it. Not one particular spot that was like, oh, you could tell it's coming from that neighborhood. No, it was across the whole skyline. There's a guy on Instagram. I think it's Epic Flights. He does a lot of drone footage here in town of different things. It's really great. He does get some really, really good shots. But he had a drone up, and you just see across the sky. It's just fireworks show, complete fireworks show throughout the town. And Chris said yesterday, yeah, just make them legal. And somebody texted
texted it in and
said,
I agreed with it.
They said, what? We should tax it
25%. And that's a good number.
It is, but that $1 million in damage.
Same thing with the marijuana places, but at this point they're selling the same, or they're selling them both in the same places.
In the same places, we found out, yeah.
That was wild. I tried to stay under the radar, and you decide to sell fireworks out of your store.
Yeah, it's not bad enough for an illegal marijuana shop. Let's draw attention to ourselves by also selling illegal fireworks because the other business isn't lucrative enough.
Oh my God. That's some genius work there, brother.
And I'll tell you what, nothing against potheads, but y'all shouldn't be handling fireworks.
Hey, no, that's a common ground here. Lighters.
I get that. But do you really want a pothead handling fireworks?
Hell no.
Come on. Let's be real. that was an all bad combination. But even the 25% tax isn't going to cover the $1 million in damage and 270 fires that they had, that both county and city had to respond to over the 4th of July.
Crazy.
So while I was going, yeah, maybe we should just make them legal. Heck no. Heck no.
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 As much as I want to, y'all can't be trusted.
No.
You guys can't be trusted.
And as bad as it was here, dude, NASA put out satellite footage. Did you see this from LA? You could see it from freaking outer space.
Somebody did a drone video of us on the 4th of July of everybody doing illegal fireworks at the same time. It was nuts.
It was nuts. It looked like a show all across Bakersfield.
I honestly was looking at the streets, kind of wondering if I knew anybody.
It says illegal fireworks lit up LA skyline so bright the flashes could be seen from space. NASA shared video from the International Space Station as it orbited over Southern California. A celebration so bright it reached all the way to space. It posted on its social pages.
That's incredible.
Yeah. A fireworks explosion in Chino caused the death of a woman and injured several others, including a child. Did you see all the chaos that was going on in Newport Beach? I mean, those... And that goes into my next topic of these teen takeovers and just... At what point do we can't have nice things. We got to just shut everything down because knuckleheads want to go and act a fool. They were lighting fireworks all over the beach, and then the cops rolled in and everybody jammed out of there and went to some shopping center and started looting the shopping center. Like, what is going on? And then these teen takeovers that were going on over the 4th of July weekend. There was one in, what was it? Raleigh, North Carolina, where there was reported 3,000 people. 3,000 teens show up for this teen takeover. And of course, fights break out. Then somebody gets shot. And then, of course, nobody goes, oh, well, that wasn't enough. Let's move to a different location. And they pick up and all the kids move and they all know somehow social media, they're using, I don't know what apps they're using these days to communicate. What is it now, Chris? It used to be WhatsApp. Now have they moved away from that because too many adults are on WhatsApp now? What's the new messaging app that kids are using?
I couldn't tell you.
Where they all somehow get the same information about
my
where
generation use Snapchat.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's a thing anymore for kids.
It really isn't a thing anymore.
You know what I mean? And so they always try to stay one step ahead of adults. If adults show up there, like I said, nobody under 30 is on Facebook anymore because we all showed up on Facebook and they're like, we're out. We'll all go to Instagram. And then the adults followed them over to Instagram and they're like, we're out. We'll go over to Snapchat, and then the adults followed them over to Snapchat, and they're like, we're out. And then they went to TikTok, and then all the adults went to TikTok, and they're like, we're out. And so they always try to come up with their new little...
I don't know if it was the adults coming over to TikTok or if it was all the politicalization of it. The China battle and all of that kind of just turned it off.
Everybody was like, we're out. But I don't even know what they use now.
I couldn't tell you.
But apparently they use something. So they all know what, and again, okay, somebody gets shot at one location. That's not enough. Let's all meet up at another location so somebody else can get shot. Are you serious? And so that was going on in Raleigh. Then in North Charleston, how I mentioned, there was over 400 teenagers in a park. And if you look up the video, it's out there. It's gone viral if you haven't already watched it. Of an officer literally getting jumped in the park by a bunch of kids. One with a bat or some sort of stick or something. Got them on the ground. Like 2 or 3 of them until other cops show up to try to break them up. And then even still then, there was kids trying to kick them and hit them while they were... I'm like, what is going on here?
Apparently Snapchat is still the most used.
Snapchat's still the thing?
Yeah.
Huh.
And there's a survey here by Business Insider that says Snapchat is the most popular app for teens.
Yeah, don't let your kids on Snapchat. Don't let your kids on Snapchat. Don't let your kids on Roblox. Don't let your kids on Minecraft. Don't let your kids on any of those things. But yeah, 400 kids in a park jumping a cop on video. And then in Memphis, apparently there was some other video of some teenager, some kid walking around talking about, I'm finna kill a cop. I'm finna kill a cop today, y'all. I'm finna kill a cop. What? What is going on with the youth these days? Is it all
back to my original question? How does a cop defend themselves?
Exactly. And who's to blame? I mean, how much can you blame the parent? I do always say it's some people's parents, but how much can you blame the parents? There's just some bad kids. Now, do I think 3,000 kids show up in a park are all bad kids and some of them are just following the mob? And you have to say, where the heck are your parents at? Like, how do parents not know what their kids are doing? How are you disengaged from your child? Hell, did you hear about this one? It happened in San Mateo. 2 kids riding around in, what do they call Waymo? Is it Waymo? The car, the driverless car, the Waymos. Waymo. It's way more cooler than the other things. These kids apparently got a Waymo. 2 15-year-olds in San Mateo get in the car, start drinking, where I guess you can say at least that was their smartest decision, is they decided to get a Waymo. But they're drinking in the back of the car, then having the car take them around the city, shooting at people with their, what did they call them? What kind of gun was it called? What are those, I forgot. They have a name. Orbeez. Yeah. See, Chris knows.
Never owned one, but that was a little after my generation.
But yeah, they're going around riding in a Waymo, drinking, shooting at people with Orbeez guns.
Nerf guns are better.
You know what got him in trouble? Apparently, Waymo is surveillancing the car or something, or knows like, hey, if something stupid's happening in our cars, we at least monitor them. So it called the cops on him, and it took him. The Waymo took him to they basically locked him in the car and drove him around until the cops showed up, and then the car shut down.
That's awesome.
You dummy kids. I mean, smart for not drinking and driving and stealing somebody's car and going around, but come on.
Honestly, surprised the kid didn't try to break the window and just jump out.
Maybe
maybe the car was going fast enough, or they didn't want a chance.
Yeah, I don't think they led on to, you know what I mean? I think the Waymo kept going kind of slower where they wanted, but alerted authorities. And as soon as authorities arrived, that's when they shut the car down.
I can see Waymo like sending the location of where it's headed to the cops.
To the cops. That's what they did. And then once the cops arrived, the car shut down, and it was like, oh, dang.
That makes sense.
But where are their parents? How do you not know that that's what your kids are doing? And don't cry to me about, oh, well, I got a job, JR, and I work late, and da-da-da. My mom worked 12 hours a day. My mom worked from 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. And she knew everything that I was doing. Partly because we would tell on each other, me and my older sister. I'm going to call mom at work. She would hate when we called work. She would be so mad. What do you guys want? I'm working. You're going to get it when I get home. And we knew we would. So we knocked it off. Where are parents these days? How are kids? I just don't understand. And being a parent myself, you know what I mean? It's not like I don't have something to relate it to. I have a 9-year-old. Yeah, she's only 9. She's not a teenager yet, but boy, you better believe I'm not going to go as far as microchipping her or sneaking an Apple AirPod on her. But there was one time I snuck out. I was supposed to be, and I think my mom knows the story, so I'm safe to tell it. I think I was in high school. I was probably a freshman in high school, and I never got allowed to stay the night at my friends' houses, or I never just really asked or whatever, you know what I mean? And there was this one time I was like, "Can I stay the night at my friend's house? Well, his parents are there. We're gonna be good." Blah 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 blah. And we snuck out, and we went to Cruise Chester. And for those of you my age, probably remember what cruising Chester was like. I know they try to do it now. It's not the same. You used to be able to park all along Chester, and people would just park and play music and just hanging out on the streets and all that. It's a good time. So we snuck out. Some friends picked us up. We drove down there. We're hanging out on the street. And then a fight breaks out around the corner and down the way, not very close to us, but we were like, all right, let's take off. Let's get out of here. So we all jump in the car, right? My friend flips an illegal U-turn on Chester, and we get pulled over. And the cop writes all of us seatbelt tickets. And now I have to go back and explain to my mom how I got a seatbelt ticket on Chester at 11:30 at night when I was supposed to be staying the night at my friend's house. It's not a fun explanation to try to give to mom. But my mom was, it's not because she didn't know what I was doing. That was because of my own stupid decision to go and lie to her. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but my mom gave my butt consequences. And when I say butt, I mean literally. Even as a freshman, my mom gave my butt consequences. And I knew I ain't doing that again. Matter of fact, I ain't doing anything stupid again because my mom ain't playing. And I think we need more parents that ain't playing. And so I don't know if the question is, how do you even get a bad parent to be engaged? By what? Charging them with something? You think that parent cares? Obviously, they don't care enough. You think charging them with the crime is going to make them care more? And does that even deter crime? Does that make a parent go, oh, yeah, I'm going to pay even more attention to my kid because if they do something stupid, I'm going to be held responsible? I don't know. What do you guys think? Chime in if you want. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. Let's get to break. On the other side, we'll talk about crazy things going on in California as they are trying to strip powers away from an elected official. We'll hear a piece from reporter Ashley Zavala, who is up north, one of the best, her and Aton Wallace. Then we'll also talk about gambling as a judge steps in on blackjack being legal in California, who is for it and who opposes it and why they do. And we'll talk a little bit of sports as the U.S. men's soccer team is eliminated from the World Cup. And I'd say viewership in America goes down by, what, Chris, 50% at least?
Oh, more than that.
People are just going to stop paying attention now because both Mexico and America's out.
We have no skin in the game anymore.
No skin in the game.
Unless you're a Messi fan, but he almost lost today too.
Yeah, I mean, people might go watch Messi and what is it, Ronaldo, but
Ronaldo already lost.
He lost too?
Ronaldo and Neymar already done.
We'll go over the latest in the World Cup and other sporting news with our man Chris Burdick from the Early Bird Special. This is the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
It's that man again. Look what's coming up on the Tuesday TRBS. We'll talk with former federal magistrate Judge Teresa Golder live from New York City. And Howard Marcus will join us. And the latest from Wimbledon. Big day in London. All that plus me at 3. It's TRBS. News Talk 96.1, AM 1230. And we're streaming live at kernradio.com. I'll see you at 3.
The Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Let's be honest, money can feel overwhelming. Markets change, life changes, and most people are left wondering, am I actually on track? That's where MoneyWise comes in. We help people simplify the complex, make smart financial decisions, and move forward with confidence without the jargon, without the pressure. Retirement planning, big life transitions, or just getting organized and knowing where you stand. And now you can find us in a new home, the historic Woolworths building, right in downtown Bakersfield. MoneyWise, clear advice, local roots. Learn more at moneywiseguys.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through LPL Financial. LPL Financial and MoneyWise Wealth Management are independently owned and operated.
I'm Brett Mosley, owner of American Safety Services. Before finding Adaptive Networks, we wasted a lot of time and money on unreliable IT providers. For the past few years, Ryan and his team have kept our systems running smoothly and taken the stress out of managing our technology. If you're tired of IT companies that overpromise and underdeliver, call Adaptive Networks.
That's where Adaptive Networks comes in. Adaptive Networks provides simple, stable, and secure network solutions that keep your business running smoothly and securely 24/7. From small businesses to enterprises, their cutting-edge technology ensures seamless connectivity, data protection, and real-time support so you can focus on growing your business. Don't let slow or unreliable networks hold you back. Upgrade your business with Adaptive Networks today. Call 241-0638, 241-0638, or visit adaptive-net.com and experience the difference of a truly adaptive network.
Are you looking for a hospital that truly cares for your health and well-being? At Good Samaritan Hospital, they provide high-quality medical detox, psychiatric services, and medical and surgical care. They accept most insurances, including Medi-Cal, Medicare, and Kern Family. They offer Kern County's longest-standing inpatient detox program with dual diagnosis that combines medical care and withdrawal management all under one roof. Learn more at GoodSamaritanHospital.com or call 661-215-7500. Good Samaritan Hospital. They care for their community.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KRN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
So step off the Frankfurt.
You'll fight remember that. See?
Yeah. I'm flying back all the time, too. Welcome back. You can kick it. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online at currentradio.com. It sounds like you're just turning up the station behind you and playing whatever they're playing.
I have been playing this, though. They're copying me.
They're basically copying the show, Chris. That's what it is. I mean, I put Chris in charge of all the music here at the JR Show. And basically, the new station down the hall, 101.1, is basically the music that Chris plays sometimes.
And it's the mix of that and the music I grew up with. So it is what it is. But
it's a hip-hop barbecue station. Throwback.
Yeah, there you go. I tried to look into 2000s hip-hop songs, though, and
I know. Nah. You can't
a
play
lot of those are just really cringe now that I look at it.
Okay, so I'm listening to the new station over the weekend, right? Great, I love it. Every time I got in the car, I heard a different song. It was awesome.
Fantastic.
It's all the stuff that I grew up with, late 90s, early 2000s, just throwback party station, right? And I started to realize how many of those songs are about sex. Like I was going, what were we doing in the late 90s and early 2000s? My God, man.
Sex.
It was all about sex. I was like, wait a second, this song is about sex too. I didn't even realize that. It's like, this is madness.
You know what's funny? I blew my little brother's mind because he loved that song with Daft Punk and Pharrell, Up All Night.
Uh-huh.
He had no idea what it was
Up
actually
all
meant.
night to get lucky.
He had no clue what that meant. Had to explain it to him. I mean, it ruined the entire song.
Ruins the song. People like just listen to the lyrics sometimes. I did. All these songs are about sex.
Yep. So life's all about, JR.
Makes sense now. Makes perfect sense. Got to take a break. On the other side, we'll talk about crazy things going on only in California. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be back.
Current Radio, AM 1230, KERN, 96.1 FM, K241CI, Bakersfield, an American General Media station.
Oh, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Reactions to a new allegation against the Senate Democratic nominee are aimed at ending his party's support.
Democrats have begun pulling endorsements for Maine Democratic Senate candidate Graham Plattner after he faces a sexual assault allegation. Plattner won the Democratic nomination last month, setting himself up to face Republican Senator Susan Collins. The primary campaign arm of Senate Democrats called on Plattner to drop out and said it would spend no money on the race if he's the nominee. Ken Martin, the party chair, said Maine Democrats should select a new nominee. Arizona Senator Ruben Gallego and Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren both announced that they were pulling their endorsements and called on Plattner to drop out. I'm Hayat Benjwani.
3 tankers have been hit in the Strait of Hormuz, the latest attacks targeting vessels moving through the narrow mouth of the Persian Gulf.
The UK Maritime Trade Operations Centre says a third ship's been hit by a drone in the critical oil shipping waterway. The centre had earlier said 2 other tankers had been attacked. One of them was travelling off the coast of Oman and had caught fire. That third ship had sustained minor damage with no one injured and had continued on its way. Tehran, which has repeatedly declared that only its approved route through the strait is safe, is suspected of attacking other ships that have been using another route close to the Omani shore. I'm Charles Dilledesma.
SRN News and our parent company Salem Media are partnering with Christian nonprofit Food for the Poor to rush emergency aid to victims in Venezuela. Listeners wanting to help can find an online banner at the top of our website at srnnews.com. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 130 points, the Nasdaq dropped 302, the S&P lower by 33. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, I'm not one to say I told you so, but do you remember last year when I told you that Pure Talk was hands down the best wireless company that I'd ever used? Well, some of you were skeptical, but Consumer Reports just asked 120,000 people to rate every wireless company in America, including the big boys. Well, guess which company was the only company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. Coverage, support, value, data. 5 stars across the board. No service contracts, no cancellation fees, just great U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network for a fraction of what you've been paying. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I will encourage you one more time to dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down. Pure Talk.
America's biggest airlines are expanding their premium.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update.
The man arrested in the shooting of 4 people. I'm Chris Davis. That's the shooting that happened in Oildale about 2 Sunday morning on Decatur Street. The Kern County Sheriff's Office has announced the arrest of 34-year-old Tyler Boyer. He was actually arrested about 5 Sunday evening, with the info about his arrest coming out late Monday. Right now, the Sheriff's Office is not commenting on the motive or circumstances. One of the people shot was a child, and all are expected to make it. Boyer is being held on a $2 million bail. When things spill into a busy highway, the chaos can be multiplied exponentially, and that happened Monday afternoon on Highway 58 in Bakersfield with a wreck that involved a jackknife semi-truck and at least 4 other vehicles, according to the Highway Patrol. It happened just west of Union Avenue just after 3:30. Though there was a big mess to clean up, no major injuries were reported. 2 pounds of fentanyl, stolen copper wire, and cash. Those were all found at the Vagabond Inn Motel on Knudsen Drive in Northwest Bakersfield during a search of a room by Kern County probation officers who were there to check on 2 people, Kyle Gregory and Eloy Browning. A third person, Courtney Harris, was also there, and now all 3 are in a lot of trouble. Those officers say there was evidence their room was being used to deal the drugs. All 3 are charged with dealing drugs and possession of stolen property. A shield on the top of the star. Kern County deputies are now able to wear, should they choose to, a commemorative sheriff's badge with a red, white, and blue shield on it to help commemorate America's 250 years. 1776 to 2026 are on either side of the badge. It is optional for the deputies and will be worn through August of next year. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
Flores,
time is up. Thank you very
I
much.
had 3 more seconds and I had the whole thing.
Just,
I was supposed to have 3 minutes.
sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show. From Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex, here is your host, JR.
Welcome back. Second hour of the program. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. Download the Kern Radio app to your smart device, and you can find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Kern Radio, and streaming live on YouTube. Head over there, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you can watch us from the Kern Radio studios, powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. Want to talk about some crazy things going on in California. One of those, I was trying to get to this story last week a little bit when I had first saw it, and then just kind of slipped away a little bit from me. But and maybe I mentioned it. It's the governors and basically the Democrats trying to take away the powers of the superintendent, the state school superintendent's office. They tried to slip it into the budget and basically take the powers away from an elected official, because it is an elected official position. I believe it's Tony Thurman right now, the one he had ran for governor. But there are two people currently. Obviously, there's two people because now it's the general in the race, and they want to take the powers away from the office and basically create a new commissioner position, which would be appointed and given control basically of the schools of California to a governor appointed position. And you would ask, well, why the heck would they want to do that, JR? I mean, well, because as I mentioned, there are two people running for the state superintendent of schools office. One of those, you might recognize the name, Sonia Shaw. She is out of the Chino Hills school district, where they had fought against the state when it came to parental rights. And she came out as the leading vote getter of the primary for this for state superintendent of schools. And so, well, the Democrats might try to pose it as, well, you know, the states, as many of you know, the education system is very poor right now, and we need to make changes. And this happens to be just things that need to change in the way that we operate here, because things are bad. You think? But also the timing of it, and going, okay, this woman, Sonia Shaw, comes up out of Chino, and are you just a little scared that she's about to win? Because again, the timing, it's a little coincidental. I don't believe in coincidences much. But Ashley Zavala, I was sitting watching some stuff last night, and Ashley Zavala was doing, what's the lady's name, the assemblywoman's name again?
Darshana Patel.
Darshana Patel. She's doing an interview with Darshana Patel concerning this very thing. And I was like, this is why Ashley Zavala, if you're not following her, and I've tried and I'm continuing to try to get her on. She is one of the best reporters when it comes to Sacramento and covering the state capitol, as well as Aton Wallace, who spent time here in Bakersfield, and he has now come on the show, and I want to continue having him on because I think the two of them, they're fair, and they ask the hard, difficult questions that beg to be asked, and they do that. And so I watched some of this interview last night, and I just want to play a clip here for you guys. It's Ashley Zavala, and assemblywoman out of California.
Question that we're really trying to answer this week is what educational outcomes specifically can we expect with this big change with the Department of Education?
It is a big change with the Department of Education. The SPI will still be an elected position, elected by the public as a nonpartisan position. But what we hope to see is a streamlining of the administration of public education in California. So with the new commission, that will be a commissioner that will be appointed by the governor and confirmed by the state senate, we'll have an actual administrator administrating the governance vision and the policies of the State Board of Education. So it'll be a clear line of authority and chain of command. So our folks on the ground will now know who exactly to reach out to, who the community can hold accountable for delivering on public education.
But the superintendent of public instruction voters have been under the impression that that's the person to be held accountable. Like, why create this brand new position and not leave the Department of Education under the SPI?
Well, that's exactly the challenge that we're trying to address here. The voters have had this impression that the SPI is actually a very independent position. But if you look at the way the structure actually is, you'll see that the State Board of Education, which is all appointed by the governor, gives direction to the SPI. And the SPI has to implement the policies that the state board delivers. And they have to administer over the 2,000 employees of the California Department of Education. So they're actually not quite that independent. What this change will do is we'll create an office of the superintendent of public instruction, which will actually be an independent watchdog, which will have the authority and the positions and the appointments on different boards throughout the state, which will give it that independent, actual visionary position of delivering on education for California.
So does that
not just K through 12. And that's the important part. With the new changes in the SPI will have oversight all the way from preschool to higher education.
When you say oversight, though, do you mean auditing power? Is it like what oversight specifically?
So the SPI, the phase 2 of the plan that we have put forward, will give the SPI, the elected SPI in November, the commissioner who will be appointed in January, as well as the legislature, oversight and input into what that phase 2 looks like to define that role. So the incoming SPI will have that position at the table to negotiate their own roles and responsibilities. It's an incredible opportunity, and the timing actually only works in between cycles like this.
Okay, so I just want to go back to the first question, though.
Yeah.
What educational outcomes? We know California students are struggling in reading, math,
Absolutely.
science, virtually many subjects. What will this do for those educational outcomes?
So on the ground, what we'll see is a streamlined process. When our LEAs are looking for supports, they're going to be able to go to the CDE through their counties or directly to the CDE, and they will have a qualified administrator leading them to addressing all of their concerns. When there's a new program that is rolled out by the governor and it's put in through the budgetary process, the administrator of the commissioner of the California Department of Education will be in line and synced up with that policy. And they will have clear budgetary authority to provide resources to those local agencies who are trying to implement these broad policy shifts. There will be clear accountability. So if a school district is trying to implement a new policy from the state and they're not adequately resourced, they can go directly to the commissioner who has a direct chain of command to the governor who's controlling the state budget.
But are there thresholds, like guarantees that this will help?
So what we're doing right now isn't working. And for over 100 years, there have been report after report after report showing that this fractured governance system, where we have the State Board of Education, who is appointed by the governor, competing with, or sometimes not in line with, an independently elected SPI. And what that means on the ground level is that people don't know how to implement or to what threshold they need to implement a new policy. This will streamline that. What we're doing right now isn't working. As you said, we have literacy rates that are not where they need to be, math understanding, number sense, not where it needs to be. Our UC system, you saw the report from UCSD and from Cal, students are coming into college without having a good understanding of basic algebra. We can't keep doing the same thing that we've been doing and expect a different result. The question.
Did she ever explain how this helps kids in the classroom? I didn't hear her ever once say, yes, this is going to directly help students in the classroom. No, what it sounded like was the people that you guys elect sometimes don't align with what the governor wants. And so we're going to take the power away from that person and we're going to give it to somebody that the governor appoints so they can be the independent person. Wait a second. Did you just try to say they were going to be independent, but yet appointed by the governor? How is... You're basically taking away the powers and the will of the people, it sounds like to me. That the people of California are tired of the education system, and so they want to elect somebody else to oversee it because they don't like the way that it's going. But just as and I always hate to say Democrats or Republicans, or seems like I'm picking a side, but it's always crazy how the Democrats are crying about they're trying to take power and no kings and this and that, but yet time and time again, they are the ones that are taking away the will and the power of the people. Like, why are we going to have an elected official then? Because then anything that they say isn't going to matter. It's never going to make it past the true person in power, the one that the governor appointed, not the one that we elected. And it just always boggles my mind that these are the same people that will tell you that Donald Trump is trying to take over and be a king. And that's not me defending Donald Trump. That's just me pointing out hypocrisy, which is probably one of my biggest pet peeves. Pay attention to what they're doing in Sacramento. Yes, national politics and all those things matter, especially, you know, for us here locally, congressional seat could sway the whole thing of power in Congress. But pay attention to what they're doing here in California, and especially pay attention to what they're doing here in Bakersfield. Because next week, filing opens up for city council races. And we're gonna take time here at Kern Radio to really find out who a lot of these candidates are, whether we're gonna do candidate spotlights and forums, town halls that you guys will be able to participate in, to really ask the questions of the people that we are electing and who we choose to run our city and how that affects us. And the things that they try to do up in Sacramento when they think that nobody's paying attention. Well, it's a good thing we have people like Aton Wallace and Ashley Zavala up there paying attention for us. Let's go ahead and take a break, Chris. On the other side, I'll tell you some other things that are happening in California. They had tried to not so much outlaw blackjack, but impose rules that made it nearly impossible for card rooms like Golden West Casino and I think the Aviator up in Delano. Is that even still open? Guess I should check. But all these little other card rooms throughout California, basically putting them out of business. There was a certain group behind that push. I'll tell you what a judge said, why that group is behind it. And at this point, Should we just make all gambling legal in California?
What is it?
Chris is like, yes to fireworks, yes to gambling.
Whoa. I've walked back the fire.
You step
Too
back,
stupid to not be able to
step back a little
burn
bit on the
stuff.
fireworks, but
The
gambling.
though. Sports gambling should be allowed.
If you guys want to chime in on that one, feel free to do so. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. That's the number you can call, or you can text. You can also jump in the chat on YouTube as well. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. Maxwell in the morning. Good till the last mic drop.
If you've got kids right now, what happens every summer? Well, there's no summer jobs available. And so you end up having to spend a lot of money putting your kids into something that is going to keep them active. You can't do what we did when I was growing up. It just doesn't happen anymore. And that's been the death of summer jobs and really changed society in a very negative way.
Weekdays 9 to noon, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
It's Tuesday, and that means 2 more days to get to the Stockyard. What's the Stockyard? Well, it's the little speakeasy whiskey bar right next door to KC's Steakhouse. 2525 F Street, open Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, 6 p.m. to close. Go up, ring the doorbell. They're going to ask you, what's the password? Tell them, why not JR? Walk inside, be transported to the Prohibition era. We're talking about bookcases with secret passageways. Not only that, you can get some of the great food from KC's Steakhouse. Say you want some steak bites. Say you want a shrimp cocktail. All that's available, plus specialty cocktails. Get the whiskey sour, one of my favorites. Haley at the bar will take care of you. Not to mention, they have a banquet room attached to the place. You want to throw a party, maybe a bridal shower, any occasion, they got you covered. It's the Stockyard, 2525 F Street, open Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. Live music on the weekends. Come in and check it out. I'll be there. Tell the password, why not JR? It's the Stockyard.
Look, folks, you already know that your garage door is a very important part of your home, from the overall look of the place to the safety and security it provides. So obviously, you should only trust the service, repair, and maintenance of your garage door to the pros at King Door Company. Their skill and product knowledge are unmatched in the industry, and that's no accident. The techs at King Door are rigorously trained at the King Door Academy. That's right, King Door has an in-house training facility to make sure your job is done right on the first try. They're trained in all the latest equipment, tools, and techniques. They even learn how to listen to customer concerns through role-playing exercises. And you'll see how well all this training works when they show up right on time in fully stocked service trucks with all the parts and equipment to service or repair any garage door. Like I said, your garage door is a very important part of your home, so leave it to the pros at King Door Company. Schedule your appointment today at kingdoor.com. King Door Company, the company with the pride of a lion.
Did you know termites can silently feast on your home for 3 to 4 years before you see any damage? They can literally eat a bedroom wall in less than 2 years, causing major structural damage to your biggest investment. Don't wait for the evidence to appear. Ryan's Termite is running an early bird special. If you know or even suspect that you have termites, get on Ryan's schedule now for an additional 10% off our already lowest price. All work is guaranteed. There's no money down and no contracts. Plus, in most cases, you won't even have to move or tent your house. Protect your home and save. Call Ryan's today. That's Ryan's TermiteControl.com.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Online, currentradio.com. You switched it up on me. You went to alternative. Still the same era, but different genre, which I'm cool with. I listen to everything. You can switch it up all you want to. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. Anything on the text line, sir, before I jump into this blackjack story?
I got a couple here.
What you got?
This first one I can only imagine came from your sister, but it says, I never snitched on you, LOL.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Don't lie. Why you lie to these people? I snitched on you too. I ain't gonna lie to my friends. Yes, you did. Because ask mom. She'll tell you all the time. Yeah, you guys called all the time. Because it would just be us at home. And she's 4 years older than me. Yeah, she did. She's lying. Don't let her lie to y'all. She would snitch on me all the time. No, she didn't ever snitch on me. You know why, Chris? Because I didn't do anything bad. I was a good kid.
Yeah,
I was a golden child.
of course.
I never did anything wrong.
Never.
That's why you didn't snitch and you had nothing to tell on me about. I was the one doing all the right things. You were the one that was sneaking out and not doing the homework. And, don't make me tell your business. 661 842 5376. What else you got?
What if we made the fines adjustable at the end of the weekend, take the total cost of damages and divide it equally to those citations?
I think that's fair. I'm down with that. I mean, the ones that did cause the big fires and the most damage, I think you have to track down those particular people and hold them a lot more accountable. I think if you at least do that, and I mean, not like the Kern County District Attorney's Office, we're tough on crime. I mean, the real tough on crime. Like, we're not taking a plea deal. You're not paying fines. Like, you're going to jail. You're paying restitution to whatever damage you did for the rest of your life, basically. I mean, if we really started making examples out of some people, and it's the same thing with these kids that run amok. You start making examples of some people, actually putting real accountability and responsibility behind their actions, then this is what you're going to get. But just throw one of them, just throw the book at one of them. And then maybe you'd start to scare some people. My goodness. 661 842 KERN. Anything else?
It says, JR, you need to rephrase your question in a way that Chris may be able to relate better. Do you really want Ralph handling fireworks?
What does that mean?
That's
who was that? What does that even mean? Chris understood what the assignment. what are they trying to reference there?
Assume they're taking a shot at Ralph.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. It's my friend. Leave him alone.
Nothing wrong with smoking a little ganja on your off time.
Yeah, just don't light fireworks when you do. That's all.
Don't light it with your joint.
They were selling illegal fireworks at the weed shop.
That's more what the issue is here, people.
Come on.
Who is dumb enough to buy your firework
at the weed shop?
At the weed shop, exactly. Who's buying it?
Yo, y'all got a deal? Can I get a quarter and some Roman candles? Yeah, no problem.
With every ounce, you get a whole box.
Yeah, with every ounce you buy, we'll throw in some fireworks. My gosh, man.
My God, so dumb.
I mean, if you're dumb enough to operate, I guess.
What if one of the workers was smoking a J inside and just fell asleep with it in his hand and rolls off and it turns into a cartoon movie?
Like, man. Yeah.
Who's running these shops, man? Y'all are geniuses.
Just be a little more professional and you might actually let your business survive for a while. It's crazy. If you guys want to chime in, feel free to do so. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. Also jump in the chat on YouTube. We'll take a break. On the other side, I'll tell you about blackjack in California, maybe here to stay for a little bit. Should we just let Ralph Bailey gamble as much as he wants? Is that relatable to you, Chris? As you see what I did there?
That's his money. Okay.
See what I just did there? Just never mind. Should gambling be legal? Plus, we'll talk a little bit of sports with U.S. soccer eliminated from the World Cup. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be back.
SRN News. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. An investigator says the man charged with killing Charlie Kirk strolled Utah Valley University in shorts and a t-shirt and bought a meal at Chick-fil-A on the morning of the conservative activist's assassination. The investigator testified Tuesday that defendant Tyler Robinson later returned to the campus in different clothes to shoot Kirk from a rooftop. Prosecutors are seeking to convince a Utah judge to put Robinson on trial on a charge of aggravated murder. They intend to seek the death penalty. President Trump insists the United States should control Greenland instead of Denmark, renewing tensions in Europe at a NATO summit. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 130 points, the Nasdaq dropped 302, the S&P lower by 33. More details at srnnews.com.
Hey, I'm not one to say I told you so, but
Headlines from the KERN Newsroom.
I'm Chris Davis. 34-year-old Tyler Boyer is still in jail, held on a $2 million bail in the shooting of 4 people in Oildale about 2 Sunday morning on Decatur Street. Kern County investigators still have not discussed publicly what motivated the shooting. One of the 4 victims is a child, and all are in the hospital. The promise that OPEC will be releasing more oil into the market and the opening of the Strait of Hormuz to oil traffic still has not caused any dramatic drops in gas prices. The average price across California for regular this afternoon is $5.31, says Gas Buddy. Least expensive in this area is at a station in Wofford Heights, selling it for $4.49. From there, it goes up to $4.89 at a station on Chester Avenue in Bakersfield. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Most people don't want more financial information, they want clarity. They want to know they're making the right moves and that someone's actually paying attention. That's what we do at MoneyWise. We help you organize your financial life, plan for what's ahead, and make decisions with confidence, whether retirement is around the corner or still years away. And now you'll find us in a new place, the historic Woolworths building, right in the heart of downtown Bakersfield. A piece of local history reimagined for what's next. MoneyWise, thoughtful planning, real conversations. Visit moneywiseguys.com to get started.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through LPL Financial. LPL Financial and MoneyWise Wealth Management are independently owned and operated.
First Look with Scott Cox, mornings 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Wednesday edition of the First Look program, we'll talk a little medicine with our friend Dr. Vip Dev. He didn't have to stitch up any blown off fingers after the 4th of July. He's probably pretty happy about that. We've got John Cox from the Californian with the news quiz. We've got news, traffic, and weather. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. Running at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KERN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
I can do it.
I thought you were. I'm sneaking this into Faith Fridays. It's Christian.
It's you know who does this song? Perlman has done the song, I think.
Really?
Yeah, Aaron Perlman from KVAK. He does it at the Media Music Jam. I believe it's that one.
Yeah.
Can you take me higher? Right? Yeah, he does that.
Me and my buddy went to one of the early games for the World Cup for the U.S. when they were down at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he met Aaron Perlman for the first. I don't know. Actually, I shouldn't say for the first time, but he met Aaron Perlman.
Right.
Could not stop talking about the fact that Aaron has his own Spotify account and all that. And he does the singing stuff on the side. I'm like, dude, really? Like,
yeah.
He does. He performs here in
I
town in
know.
a couple places. Yeah.
I just was more laughing about it because like this dude's in the middle of trying to do his news broadcast, but you keep bringing up his Spotify.
I bet you Perlman loved it.
Oh, he ate it up for a while, but
And then after a while, I was like, all right, kid, get out of here.
probably real nice about it.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Online, currentradio.com. Watch us on YouTube for the Current Radio Studios. Those are powered by Adaptive Networks. 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638 Adaptive Networks. We were clear on the Texas there, right? 661-842-5376.
One just popped up
Oh.
from Mary Marcus.
All right. What's up, Mary?
She just says, just like the person that set off the illegal firework that killed the police dog, they should have found and suffer the consequences.
Oh, the one up in, where was that? Clovis? Is that what we said? Fresno?
Somewhere in that area.
I think
yeah.
it's out of Fresno. What
The
happened
dog
was,
died? I thought it just got away.
no, the dog died. So we covered the story yesterday. It was a canine dog that was off duty somewhere in Fresno County. I'm not sure, or Fresno. I'm not sure exactly where, maybe Clovis or something, but the handler had let the dog out in the backyard to use the restroom. And at that point, a illegal firework exploded and frightened the dog so much so that the dog then jumped over the backyard fence and took off running. The handler chased after it, giving it commands to stop, but the dog being so spooked, and I'm imagining even more fireworks going off, made the dog run even more and eventually got away. The owner comes around the corner and finds the dog in the roadway. Apparently had been hit by a car. The car, from my understanding, I still don't think they found the car. The car hit the dog and was a hit and run. And then eventually, I believe the dog succumbed to its injuries and passed away. But yeah, the person that lit the fireworks should be held, and the person that hit the dog. How do you hit a dog and leave the scene?
Unfortunately, that happens more often than people realize.
I know, but that's terrible, dude. You can't just leave that dog like that. That's messed up. A cat? I'm not so much a cat person, but a dog, what?
You shouldn't leave any full-grown
Yes,
animal in the side.
you shouldn't leave any living creature on the side of the road to die if you have struck it with the vehicle.
Unless it's like a possum or a raccoon, because you don't know if they could have rabies or something like that. So don't touch those. But
Everything else
should be fine.
Yes, the cows, the horse.
Shoot, if you hit a cow, your car ain't moving.
You
Tell you
ain't,
that right now.
you ain't going anywhere anyways.
You ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going to be like Paul Pelosi, hit a car and continue driving down the street like, I know I hit something, but I couldn't tell what it was. Sir, your vehicle stopped working 2 blocks down the street. Of course you hit something.
You got a big enough truck, maybe you get through a deer too.
Maybe.
You'd be lucky to get through anything like that.
Maybe. But yeah, that's messed up. Don't leave a living creature on the side of the road to die if you hit it. So both of those people should be held responsible. And yes, firework people need to be held accountable too. It was just too much this year. Too many fires, it's too many idiots. I'm sorry. I don't like to call people names, but too many of y'all just you're a couple crayons short of a full box there. That's all.
Nice way to put it.
Yeah, that's nice. And my daughter had jumped in the chat on YouTube, so apparently she's watching, and she said, "Yeah, just like me, Dad. Aren't I the golden child?"
Well,
yes, you're the golden child. Time to time, you don't do the things that I ask you to do, and sometimes you just kind of forget about things. You're smart. She's a bright kid, very smart. But a lot of those book smart kids, Chris, they lack a little bit of common sense sometimes. I love you. You're golden, though. You are my golden child. You are my only child, but you are my golden child. Apparently, she's watching. Shouldn't you be on your way to theater? Why hasn't Mom picked you up yet? 661-842-5376, 661-842-KRN. If you guys want to chime in, we'll get your text in before the end of the show. But I wanted to talk about California blackjack. And there had once been a time when Rob Bonta, basically the California Attorney General, had tried to impose new rules on blackjack,
saying, well, you couldn't bust and you can't have the dealer work for the house, meaning the dealer had to rotate to the players, and then how would you play that? And there was all kinds of things that they were trying to do to basically make it almost impossible to operate at that time, legal card room. And the reason that cards are legal in California, and I guess like slot machines and typical those kinds of gambling isn't, is because they consider cards a game of skill as opposed to a game of chance. And that's what dictates it considered gambling, I guess. And now, heck, now there's all sorts of apps that have found loopholes to be able to operate as predicting apps. They're predicting, or they're predicting trade apps. So you basically play the game as you would trade like a stock, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like you're trading the odds of something happening.
You're more betting on the percentages rather than the game itself.
Right. And therefore they say that takes skill and not so much a game of chance.
You know, it's funny. I have a friend who's pretty prominent online, and he was reached out to by one of these predictor apps.
Right.
I won't say which one, Kalshi.
Yeah, there's Kalshi. What is the other one now? Poshmark or something. There's a whole bunch of them. Even the legit ones like DraftKings and Underdog have moved into these. Like DraftKings used to not have it that way, but they've moved in and figured out, oh wait, there's a loophole here. Everybody else is doing. Hell, we could better get in on it
Save our own
too.
butt. Why do I not? But this group reached out to him, and he, politely said, I don't get into the gambling thing, so I'm gonna have to say no. We appreciate you wanting to sponsor and all that, but I just can't do it. And they replied back with well, we're technically not a gambling site. We're this, and I can't remember the exact term they used. But what got me was at the end they put a winky face.
Yeah.
He showed me the text, and they literally put a winky face at the end.
They know what they're doing.
Gotta be.
They have figured out a way for them to be able to operate, and they're trying. I mean, there was a bill recently that they tried to pass a couple years ago, where they wanted to make online gambling legal like that, where you could bet on sports and stuff like that. And the tribes had a fit. The tribes in California, the California Native American tribes, threw a fit because they, for all intents and purposes, have a monopoly on gambling in the state of California. So why would they want to give up that? And so there was the hard push from them. They poured all kinds of money into campaigns to make sure that it didn't get passed, and they tried to fight it legally, and they have found a friend in Rob Bonta. I would be curious to see how much they donate to his campaign to basically try to shut down the card rooms. And a judge finally stepped in. San Francisco Superior Court Judge Richard Darwin ruled that Bonta's Bureau of Gambling Control didn't have the legal authority to issue statewide rules severely restricting the games at card rooms. The ruling, which followed Darwin's temporary order in May, is the latest defeat for the state's casino-owning Native American tribes. They have spent years and tens of millions of dollars unsuccessfully appealing to courts, voters, legislature, and California regulators to put their only in-state competitors out of business. The tribes contend card rooms have unscrupulously violated state laws prohibiting anyone but tribal casinos from offering house-banked Las Vegas-style table games, including blackjack, the most lucrative. And so while they try to hold on to their monopoly, a judge said, nah, you overstepped your legal bounds there, Mr. Bonta and gambling control. So the card rooms will continue to exist. But I asked the question, and we all have watched the Hard Rock Casino. It's Tejon, right? That's what they
I
said.
think it's Tejon.
They said in the commercial Tejon, and it's like, have all of us been saying it wrong? I mean,
I'm still gonna call it Tejon.
Tejon? No, it's Tejon. Tejon Ranch. But we all have seen what's happened at the Hard Rock. They have been, I mean, doing very well. Very, very well. And the whole thing hasn't even opened. Just wait till they open the music venue and the hotel. And it's gonna get crazy. But it makes me ask the question: at what point did we just look at it and say, you know what, Native American tribes, screw you again? See how I threw in the again because we screwed them once when we took all their land and everything. But so this would be the second time. We'd be like, no more gambling for all. I mean, what are the negatives of it? What? It puts Vegas out of business because nobody from California will be going to Vegas anymore. It's not like a Las Vegas style city is going to pop up in California. Do you think that would happen? Do you think LA would turn into Vegas where you would see all these casinos everywhere?
Not LA, but somebody would.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
You think it would pop up, or do you think it would be like, where else is gambling legal? Atlantic City, New Jersey?
I think somebody eventually over time would grow into that.
I mean, I think you would see casinos pop up here and there. I don't think you would get a full-on city out of it.
Well, because there have been cities that have been shut down from their main resources, Bishop. And honestly,
they could do well.
They
could do well.
Smack dab in the middle of
I'm
everything.
just saying. We put another one out here by Tejon and get a little competitive.
We're gonna have our own little mini Vegas here in about 2 years, just an hour away from us.
Why can't the state get in on that? Look at Nevada doesn't even have state taxes. They don't pay state taxes. Can you imagine?
That's been my aunt's selling point for me to move there for years.
No state taxes. Thank you, Las Vegas.
I don't trust myself to put away 10% of my funds.
Nah, it's tough, dude.
That's the rough part.
Yeah, it's tough.
They're like, you're gonna make more. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm making the same because I'm about to put away more.
So I don't know. What do you guys think? Should gambling be legal in the state of California, and just say, screw you, Native American tribes again? We'll let everybody get in on it. I mean, it practically is now with these trading apps. It really is. What you can do online with these, there's Kelshi, there's Fifth is a new one that's going to come, Underdog, DraftKings, I'll give them all love, all of them, Polymarket, Poshmarket, whatever. There's all kinds of them now that are operating legally in the state of California. You can get on there right now. They advertise all the time how you can just go on and gamble. So I say, why not, JR? Why not? At this point, they did marijuana, and they thought, the state could really benefit off of this. Not sure if they have quite much. Don't hear about that marijuana tax money so much right now, but maybe gambling could be the difference. If you guys want to chime in, answer the question, you can. We'll take a break. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. On the other side, we'll talk about what we learned on today's show. Did you see this building? It's on all the news stations right now. A building in New York that's under construction has had parts of the city evacuated because it's about to come down. Speaking of Las Vegas, the state line, right there. What is it? Buffalo Bills, or what's the other one? Is it Whiskey Pete's? What's the name of those hotels right there at the state line? Apparently those are going to stay open now. They were about to be closed and they got saved.
Buffalo Bills going to reopen the roller coaster?
We'll see. We'll see. And Adventist Health here locally laid off a bunch of people. I'll tell you where and how many. Coming up, it's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be back.
Kern Radio. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
David Torres got a plea bargain for CSUB coach Kevin Mays. He's only going to do 4 years, which goes to show you how Carmelo Anthony's parents did him wrong. That was a slam dunk case. All they had to do was plead out. He'd have been out in 2, but instead they wanted the money from the trial, and now their kid is going to spend 17 years in prison.
The Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
On BritBox, there is a place where stories twist like cobblestone roads, grand manners hide secrets, and stakes are higher than seaside cliffs. Find places worth getting lost in on BritBox. Watch a new series like The Other Bennett Sister from the world of Jane Austen and A Woman of Substance starring Golden Globe winner Brenda Blethyn. If you want to get away, you're in the right place. Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Free trial at BritBox.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
I'm John Busby with Team Busby Real Estate.
And I'm Jonathan Busby with Team Busby Real Estate.
We just wanted to talk with you about what we do as a team. We do a great job for our clients. Some of the things that we do is when we represent sellers, we don't just put the transaction together. We do our homework and we check their FICO score, source of funds, where the money's coming from, and the job stability. Because what we don't want is to get you into an escrow and the escrow falls out because we didn't do our homework.
With any sort of real estate need that you have, we can accommodate, whether it's residential, commercial, land, or multi-units. We have experience in all and can help you to a successful close.
The background that we have is I was a lender for 5 years. And so I learned quite a bit as far as how to keep a transaction together. We don't just put it together and hope that it closes escrow. Nothing's 100%, but we do stack it in your favor.
With any needs or questions with real estate, give us a call at 661-410-7355 or visit our website at www.teambusby.com.
Are you looking for a hospital that truly cares for your health and well-being? At Good Samaritan Hospital, they provide high-quality medical detox, psychiatric services, and medical and surgical care. They accept most insurances, including Medi-Cal, Medicare, and Kern Family. They offer Kern County's longest-standing inpatient detox program with dual diagnosis that combines medical care and withdrawal management all under one roof. Learn more at GoodSamaritanHospital.com or call 661-215-7500. Good Samaritan Hospital. They care for their community.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
Might as well be walking on the sun. It's going to feel like we're walking on the sun come next week. I think Thursday kicks off the 100-degree weather. And it doesn't stop for the next month.
I say goodbye on Saturday. Y'all have fun. I'll be back on Sunday.
Have you, I don't even have my, oh yeah, I do. Have my phone on me. I've looked at the weather app, dude. Have you looked at that lately? Oh my gosh. For all you guys, any chance? What's she saying now?
Let's see. Today it's a high of 100. Tomorrow it's a high of 99. Thursday high of 102. Friday high of 104.
Yeesh. It's bad, and it doesn't go away. Like the end, like there's no end in sight.
Gosh dang it.
102, 106, 104 on Saturday, 102 on Sunday. The next Monday, 103, 105, 106, 103. I'm like, oh, summer has come. But I'll be gone the week after that. Chris will be gone next week. I'll be gone the week after that. And so the rest of you, good luck. Because it's going to feel like you are walking on the sun. Why did the lady say any chance? What did I say?
Any chance?
She just texted me and said, any chance?
Not sure.
Not sure either. Gonna have to tell me more information, babe.
A little too vague on that one.
A little too vague. Any chance what? Let me know.
What are you talking about?
I have no idea. I talk about a lot of things, and she says something. She's like, I can't believe you said that. I'm like, said what? I don't remember saying that.
I don't remember what half the things I say on PBS either.
I don't remember saying that. She's like, yeah, you said that.
I'll be making reels and be like, oh, I did say that, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. I do remember saying that. That's
I
why.
did say- oh, no, I guess I did.
That's why you got to watch out because it's on YouTube and it lives forever.
Oh, it ain't that bad.
Forever. What was I going to tell you guys about? A building under construction in Midtown Manhattan remains unstable after it was evacuated this morning when workers reported cracking inside the structure and support beams buckling. The building remains unstable, says Mayor Mamdani. Since arriving on scene, we've witnessed additional movement in one of the compromised columns. There was reports around 8 a.m. of structural issue at an active construction site on East 42nd Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. The existing 37-story building is being converted from commercial office space into residential apartments. The high-rise at 235 East 42nd is the former headquarters of pharmaceutical giant Pfizer, apparently. They have since again evacuated the building, and I don't even know what you do at this point. Do you just sit there and watch it and just wait for it to fall? I mean,
I was thinking, like, can you, like, is there like a jack formation thing here that we? I don't.
Start dismantling it from the top, then hopefully that doesn't cause it to, or do you try to at least stabilize it in some sort of way and
just blow it up from the bottom up? I just say blow it up and start anew. If you're gonna make brand new apartments out of this, just blow up the whole building.
I mean, that's got it. In New York, they're all just packed in, dude.
Yeah.
Just right on top of each other. So, kind of glad we don't have tall buildings. And then if you're a Mega Millions player, watch out, the jackpot's over $500 million. So if you want to get in on that, you can take part in that. And then Adventist Health laid off some people here locally in Kern County. They let go of 15 people at the hospital downtown, and then another 3 people in Delano, and another person up in at one of their facilities, and then 3 people out in Tehachapi as well. So a little restructuring, it appears, going on, because it wasn't just in Kern County, it was up and down the state as a whole for Adventist, trying to restructure. And I don't know if they're going through some financial things or whatever, but hopefully they'll be able to make way with the new line there. 661-842-5376. Anything before I tell you what we learned today?
I just got one here.
What's
I don't know
that?
if I said this one already.
Okay.
People who are caught using illegal fireworks should be automatically enlisted in the military for the next war, since they like to blow stuff up.
That's I
think you're oversimplifying that one a little bit, but
I get what you're saying, but that's a little bit of extreme. But I mean, heck, for the people that have been to war, that's a lot of PTSD when those bombs start going off. I was telling Jay down the hall, I said, man, we were at my cousin's house, and I heard things exploding, and I would look up and not see a firework. And I had to only conclude one thing, that people were just blowing stuff up just to blow stuff up. And our GM was like, yeah, I found just basically like cardboard fragments in my pool. What? Yeah. So yeah, people were just blowing stuff up just to blow stuff up. Okay. So we celebrated on the east side. This is how they celebrated, Chris. On Saturday was the 4th of July. So go America.
Yeah, of course.
And then on Sunday, it was Mexico's soccer match. So it was Viva la Mexico.
Yeah, of course.
And then yesterday it was back to I'm proud to be an American. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. Stay tuned. The Ralph Bailey Show is next. This has been the JR Show. Lily, Dad loves you.
Kern Radio, AM 1230, KERN, 96.1 FM, K241CI Bakersfield, an American General Media station.
Town Hall, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. More endorsements are being pulled for embattled Maine Democratic Senate candidate Graham Plattner.
Vermont Independent Senator Bernie Sanders is the latest and most notable lawmaker to pull support for